Oh! Heroes and heroines of Biafra, God's wonderful creation on earth. Your hundreds of thousands of unborn babies violently and cruelly ripped from their mothers' wombs with devil's daggers, you millions of innocent babies whose heads were smashed while sucking the milk of life from their mothers' breasts, you millions of children starved to death by a horde that lost its humanity. The millions of women and girls raped and hacked to death by Bruce. The millions of elderly men whose heads were brutally severed, and their trunks mail-loaded as gruesome souvenirs to Biafra. Thousands of defenseless men and women set ablaze or slaughtered by their host communities outside Biafra land. You courageous men and women who, without weapons, chose to stand up against ferocious marauding foes armed to the teeth with weapons never employed in warfare on African soil, and supported by a heartless segment of the international community, while the other segment simply sat aloof. For 30 months, the enemy employed gunships, rocket against bombs, and all imaginable weapons of destruction against Biafra and Biafrans. Your weapon was simply the name Biafra, a name for God-given land, to the people that have existed several millions of years before recorded history, a name for the land and its people that are synonymous with liberty, freedom, and justice for all time. You chose to stand up for Biafra and Biafrans whose only crime lies in their ingenuity, perseverance, resilience, and their huge gesture of love, peaceful coexistence and unity with other national who unfortunately considers all the above repugnant, preferring mastercracy which must be exercised by them. You defenders of liberty, freedom, and justice, we bow our heads in eternal gratitude for your supreme sacrifices that we and the generations yet unborn may live. May God Almighty grant your souls eternal rest. Biafra shall leave. Hail Biafra! Hail IPOB worldwide! Hail Marzanamdi Kanu! Biafra Heroes Day and the shameless Nigeria media. Since the sit-at-home call by IPOB, in remembrance and honor of more than 3.5 million Biafrans killed by the Nigeria government came and passed, many mainstream media in Nigeria have been reporting that Biafrans shunned the call to sit at home. One begins to wonder why media will choose to report lies instead of an obvious truth. Even some media outlets that reported total compliance, later backtracked and were caught red-handed reporting non-compliance the following day. Vanguard, The Nations, Daily Trust, BBC Igbo, and several others all distorted the truth. The question is, why is it that the media in Nigeria always deceive Nigerians, especially since President Buhari-led APC government came to power? The media have become a brutal extension of the APC government. It completely looks like they are remote-controlled. It is like somebody somewhere manipulates them on how they operate. If you are a good follower of news reportage in Nigeria, especially since APC came to power, you must have realized for sure that something is wrong. It is either they are seriously being threatened, or their palms have been greased so well that they have thrown the ethics of journalism to the mud, only to start doing the wills of the government at the detriment of the people. The media have blatantly refused to report the carnage of Boko Haram since APC came to power, unlike what we saw under Goodluck Jonathan. Remember that media were updating the masses with every move of Boko Haram. We all know that Boko Haram has killed more people, more soldiers, captured more weapons and destroyed more properties under this government than any other previous administration, yet Nigeria mainstream media choose silence and turn a blind eye. Suddenly, media have removed the memory of Nigerians from the killings and kidnappings of the Fulani herdsmen by calling them bandits. Today, the name Fulani herdsmen is dying down gradually. Thanks to the evils of the media. I don't know why people are still believing in these soulless journalists who have continuously deformed the people with state-sponsored propaganda. Nigeria government has unleashed their shameless media against Biafrans. They are working hard to diminish our efforts and selfless sacrifices, but failure is their name. We know too well that entire Biafra land observed the sit-at-home. Onitsha and Arvar were like graveyards. Major markets in entire Biafra land were shut down by the people. Banks, schools, and offices remained closed, yet BBC Igbo and others decided to deceive the people. They brought out faceless Biafrans to interview. If anyone is still in doubt over the success of IPOB's sit-at-home order on 30th of May, then Nigeria government should quickly grant Biafrans a referendum, so that the truth would be laid bare for all to see. Don't you think this is the right thing the Nigeria government should have done, instead of using brown envelope media outlets to deceive the people? The truth shan't be hidden forever. As usual, please go and subscribe the videos, never hesitate again, it's your right to support this float of information. Thanks.